Gamers, it's that time of the month again. Time for Gacha PvP, my favorite time of the month, because let's be honest, guys, this is make or break for Gacha games. If you're below a Hoyoverse game, you're EOS. If you're a Hoyoverse game making less than $15 million, it is EOS. So we're going to be looking at all the Gacha revenue today, gamers. I haven't looked at this chart yet. I want to just scroll down here near to the bottom because I don't want to even look at where, you know, any of the other Hoyoverse games or even Wuthering Waves is at. If I were to give my assumptions, though, before we even go look at this stuff, I would assume ZZZ's down. Probably not that down. I'm expecting like 20 million from ZZ. You know what? No. I'm expecting probably anywhere between 15 to 17 mil from ZZZ. It was 100 mil for HSR last month. I'm expecting a huge drop off for revenue for that as well. So let's go around the ballpark of, I'm just going to say 30 million, 30 million, okay? For Genshin Impact, I would probably say around 30 mil as well. I would assume it's very close to HSR, probably a little bit above HSR if I had to guess. I don't know what came out in there. And then for Wuthering Waves, I know their anniversary is coming out soon, probably pretty dead though. So let's go with around 15 million, you know, 17 million. Let's go above ZZZ. I think it'll have more revenue than ZZZ. So gamers, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into it here. Looking at all the revenue we have here, starting off with the bottom first. Do I really care about any of these games? These games are all kind of dead. They're like all below $1 million. So hey, L there. I don't even know if that's enough to keep up with the actual production of the game, but let's keep going. Honkai Impact the Third, a drop of $100,000. Ukraine Stinky, it still averages around the same thing every single month. Limbus Company, 1.9 million. Love to see that game doing great. Tears of Themis, bro. Hey, yo, get the fuck out of here. AFK Arena, loss of revenue, but hey, this is staying consistent for fucking years now at this point. Yo, PGR? 3.2 million. Not bad at all. Now, is this with the collab? I'm curious. When's the PGR DMC collab? May 22nd. Oh, on CN server only. So I'm curious. Is this okay? So probably maybe increase revenue for CN side only then. And then okay, so yeah. So CN side definitely up. Does it have global side here at all? Global a little bit up as well, but definitely up huge for the CN side because of that collab. And I'm assuming this will go up even further whenever it comes out for global as well, or the collab comes out for global. Solo leveling Arise and up by an extra $1 million. Okay, cool. Now we're getting into the treacherous territories. This is where, okay, Grand Cross doing not too bad. AFK Journey not doing too bad. Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, 7.9 million. Love to see it. Now, where is the least superior game to... What? What? Oh no! Zenless! Oh, Zenless EOS. Oh god, please 2.0 save this game. Please god, 2.0 save this game. How the fuck did you lose half your This is the lowest revenue I think it's ever been. Now, this is not tracking for April. I don't know what happened to my chart here, but what the fuck? Zenless? 15? No, this is the lowest. Oh no, this is the lowest it's ever been. Guys, this is why you shouldn't have released Hugo Vlad. No one wants to. It's a Gooner game. Hugo's not Gooner material. You couldn't see cock jiggle. You couldn't see ass jiggle. Bro, get his ass out of here, bro. There is no selling point to Hugo Vlad. That's why the revenue dropped so much. In Vivian, I mean, Vivian is just kind of cute, right? She's not Gooner bait. So I think this proves the point that Zenless 0 is just Gooner bait game all the way through and through, which I'm here for. Gooner, I am a Gooner, okay? And I can respect my Gooner material. I pull for Vivian, but my god, Hugo fucked that shit up, brother. I'm putting the blame on Hugo Vlad there. Dragon Ball Legends 11, what the fuck released in Dragon Ball Legends to double the maybe anniversary? I don't know. 15 million Cookie Run Kingdom! Oh no. Oh my god. I'm fucking, dude, I was so wrong about this game. I said this game was gonna falter, flop, and die fucking 2 years ago. And now look, it's at $15 million now. Oh my god. Who's playing Cookie Run Kingdom? Wait a second. That's massive. Okay, well, it's not above Genshin Impact, as we can see. So we can see probably they're in the 30 million range, but holy shit. An extra, yo, good job, Wuthering Waves team, or Wuthering Waves just in general. You guys are doing it, guys. I think they're getting the more of the respect they deserve. Obviously, they moved down a couple ranks, but overall increase of revenue, absolutely massive. When I expected this revenue to drop, I am very surprised that it went up. I was expecting it to drop by about 5 million, but hey, love to see it. Would love to see the new baseline for Wuthering Waves stay around here, because if we take a look at just overall revenue for Wuthering Waves in general, I mean, most of that's around like around this, what, 6 million back in that month, 11 million, 12 million, 13 million, like 17 million. Like, definitely if this increases the average, I mean, this is gonna be a huge win for Wuthering Waves. I'm assuming this is gonna be another scuff month for Hoyoverse. Now let's move up a little. Genshin Impact, $36 million. This is, wait, is this, yeah, that's about where I expected to be. So where the fuck is HSR at? No shot HSR made that much. HSR had the release of That's actually, I'm gonna say it, guys, I did not expect 50 million. With how the game state currently is, and with this recent patch with Hyson, I did not think people were pulling on this shit for Hyson. Keep it a buck with you. What was the release schedule? You had Anaxa's banner up. Okay, so Anaxa came out right after Castris, right? So really, people pulled for Anaxa? And I'm assuming most people pulled for, like, the herder, right? That's what I would assume most people put their eggs into the basket to. And maybe, no, Aglia's on part 2, right? So probably not Aglia, but definitely the herder, right? If I had to guess, people put all their eggs in the basket with the herder. So I'm very surprised to see this revenue here, because if we take a look before the revenue spike, what was it at? They were around, what, 30 million before that? So, I mean, like, this is definitely, like, their second biggest patch, or I guess third biggest patch, and 3.0. 3.0 being the second biggest, and then Castris being the biggest. HSR is doing good. Fucking beyond me, but okay, hey, go off, King. Alright, guys, so bringing it over to our chart here to take a look at the average revenue for Hoyoverse again, like we normally do, and Kuro Games. Kuro Games looks like it's on the up and up, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was down here for a while, like it was kind of down in the gutter. Back in last August, September, October, November had a little bit of a revenue spike, and then December, oh my god, screwed it over bad. And that's judging just from like the release of the game, and it's a horrible downturn. But now it looks like ever since January this year, the beginning of this year, it looks like they've been on the rise. That's obviously probably the release of version 2.0. 2.0 brought a lot to the game. It brought a lot of players back to the game that wanted to play the game because it made the game a lot better. So, I mean, I love to see that it's on the up and up, on the rise again. Now, in terms of gacha revenue for Hoyoverse, as you guys know, I am a ZZZ shield till the day I die. And to see ZZZ just in the dumps, lowest revenue it's ever been, really fucking hurts my soul. Fuck you, Hugo Vlad, for ruining my game and ruining my revenue. But I do think with the release of 2.0, it might do the same effect, or have the same effect, that Kuro Games has. Now, why is it that ZZZ is so bad? I don't think it's just because of Hugo. Actually, I think a big part's because of Hugo. There's not much Gunner bait for Hugo, so people didn't pull on him. And I don't think the image of ZZZ has really been changed. I think people still don't like the game a lot. I think the menus are hard to navigate sometimes. I think there are definite problems with ZZZ that some of these other games don't have. Not to say that Genshin doesn't have their own problems. Not to say that Honkai Star Rail doesn't have a lot of problems, right? I think the problem with the majority of these games right now, genuinely, guys, is the community. It's so fucking tough, guys, honestly, to talk to the community about these games because, my god, you can just say, like, oh, yeah, I see a problem coming with the game. I can see this game failing in this way, this way, this way. The community goes, oh, fuck you! No! No, it's not! There's no problem with my game! And I think when you compare that audience to the Kurobot audience, or the Kuro Games audience, when you have more constructive criticism on the game, your revenue goes up. I feel like there's been more constructive criticism on the game, or I feel like it's more accepted in that community versus this community here, where the game's just kind of stagnant. Hoyo as a whole is just kind of stagnant. When people were a lot more critical on HSR, look at the revenue for HSR. The HSR revenue was up hella, like insanely up. But now if you take a look at the revenue dips, and it keeps going down. There's little spikes here and there going back up, where the release of Catcher is obviously getting back up quite a bit here. But overall, the revenue for HSR just really hasn't been it. Like, sure, back in February, the revenue was at 46 million. Like, is that really, like, the best? Like, 3.0 fucking sucked the soul out of people. People pulled on Castris here, right? But overall, if we're talking about Hoyoverse as a whole, the company of Hoyoverse, they are now making around, this is a $98 million month, which is not bad. Like, it's enough to keep the company alive for sure, but if you're talking about upkeep of these games, it's not less than $1 million. It's not less than $10 million. But if we're talking in terms of Hoyoverse's growth, the growth of Hoyoverse has gone down. These games are failing Hoyoverse. They're not meeting the standards that Hoyoverse expect. So when I say the game's a failure and the game's going to fail, I'm not talking about fail in your eyes. I'm talking about fail in the company's eyes. The games that Hoyoverse have out right now are failing for the company because they're not reaching the revenue they reached before. If we compare the data numbers bar for bar last year in May, before ZZZ got released, the revenue was up $144 million for Hoyoverse as a whole versus $98 million now. And now I get these numbers aren't exact, but these are ballpark numbers. So if you see, you know, $50 million more, that's a lot of fucking money that you're missing out of, and that's why I say it's a failure, and that's why Hoyoverse continues to get on this trend of going down, down, down. Now, the release of the Fate collab probably will boost their numbers. The release of 2.0 probably will boost their numbers, but the main thing here, guys, and what you have to get is that they have to retain players, and retain players spending money for it to genuinely be successful. Because sure, you can have one really good month, but if your revenue falls back into the same situation you had before, the extra revenue you made whenever you had that big boost to your numbers is only going to last you for so long in terms of like profitability and stuff like that, right? So overall, guys, Hoyoverse as a whole is just kind of still in that downturn. Like, it's still slowly going down. It kind of leveled out right here, but I can expect it to go down even further, because what is there after the Fate collab? I don't know for Honkai Star Rail. For 2.0, if they don't keep consistency after 2.0 and everything's still confusing to players and players don't play, it's going to go down even further as well. And then, well, Genshin's just going to be Genshin, I guess. Anyways, gamers, Hoyoverse is dying. Hoyoverse EOS soon. Genuinely, Zenless Zone 0 EOS soon. Hopefully, God, the 2.0 saves it. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. It really hurt my soul to see Zenless Zone 0 down so bad. We'll probably clickbait the fuck out of this video. So if you watch this point in the video, go look in the comment section down below. I'm sure you're going to see a lot of hate comments, and that is going to be where you can eat your popcorn at, guys. Anyways, we love rage baiting. We love clickbaiting. And I'll see you in the next one later. Bye-bye.